Hello, I'm Elaine Steele, an educational psychologist with Aberdeenshire Council, and I'm going to take you through this training today, Fostering Belonging and Positive Relationships in School Hubs. We are in unprecedented times right now, where staff and students are dealing with unfamiliar circumstances. This short training module aims to ensure all staff and volunteers working with young people have the necessary information, understanding and key practice to support vulnerable young people who are accessing our hubs. The aim of this training is to ensure all personnel working within the hubs deliver these key messages to support and nurture each and every young person. I will give you a few moments to look over these now. In order to support this, it's necessary to understand and know that the hub should provide a safe and secure base, that nurture is central to everything the hub does and is essential for the well-being and development of all young people, that language is understood as a vital means of communication, including signing, visual and symbolic language, that all behaviour is a communication, and that transitions are significant in the lives of children, and at the moment these transitions may be more difficult than normal. I'm going to give you a few moments now for you to read through some practical ways that you can support children to increase their feelings of belonging within your hub. For children to feel safe, we need to know them quickly. Therefore, the importance of an accurate pupil profile cannot be overstated. This must be updated as circumstances change for a young person or family. As the hubs are staffed by many different adults, it's crucial that they can access the most up-to-date information on a young person and how best to support them. Likewise, many of the children will be supported by different staff over the weeks they are accessing the hub. It is essential that staff update notes of any significant information after their shift to ensure all necessary information required to support the young person is readily available. If you find yourself supporting a young person with needs that you have no knowledge of, for example autism or visual impairment, please seek further and specific support through the Hub leadership team, who will be able to assist or access support from the multi-agency team. Now we'll consider how we make the physical environment of the hub a nurturing place to be. Please take a moment to look at the three statements on your screen. So, for a space to be nurturing, it needs to be safe, welcoming, comfortable and cosy, like an ideal family home. As many of you will not be working out of your own school or usual workplace, you may feel uncomfortable with altering the space you are working within. And it is true, you can't begin to redesign the school building. However, a little imagination and creativity can help turn a schoolroom in a nearly empty school into a safe, comfortable and welcoming space. Encouraging the children to create drawings which can then be displayed on the walls allows them to claim the space in some way, and it gives them a sense of permanency, as the drawing will be there the next time they come to the hub. Moving desks so it isn't so classroom-like and creating a craft or workspace that is more like a kitchen table can be achieved by simply putting a large tablecloth over some desks. A cosy corner with some beanbags, cushions or throws can allow for learning whilst lying on the floor. which can be more suggestive of home rather than a classroom. Switching off school bells and using other more domestic methods of marking time can be less stressful and more in line with homely comfort. The use of small lamps in some areas can also create a more homely feel and can offer some sensory respite for those that find overhead lighting harsh or uncomfortable. Our olfactory or smell sense creates many of our strongest memories, and therefore smell can either trigger or relax us depending on the connotation it evokes. Fresh coffee and bread baking have been used by house sellers to convince buyers to fall in love with their homes. Think about what smells you can generate to make the hub more welcoming. If possible, integrating outdoor play into the day can be really useful in supporting children to release energy, relax, and learn social skills. Supporting learning outdoors through planting, den building, or pavement chalk drawings can also support young people to find expression for their anxieties. Creating such a safe space will ensure all young people can feel comfortable, but it will be particularly helpful to those who have experienced trauma. As home may be a place that is or has been unsafe and frightening for some children, it's helpful to give them a sense of home that is positive. And this can be done very easily through activities such as baking, picnics, or even washing up. Many of us are experiencing distress, anxiety, and trauma due to the present lockdown situation, and many of your young people are also dealing with previous abuse or trauma. Therefore, we have to use the tools that work. We have acknowledged that a nurturing safe space is vitally important, but the unequivocal resource to support all young people, particularly those with traumatic backgrounds, is you. Quite simply put, building empathetic connections and attuned relationships is, as the screen says, the only way to repair damage caused by trauma. Although it sounds simple, sometimes this can feel challenging when the young person displays unwanted behaviours that we find difficult to understand or redirect. It's therefore essential that we have a real understanding of what behaviour is and what it is for. So let's think about how to do this. Can I ask you now just to take a moment to read the text on your screen? No matter how reactive the behaviours are, we as adults need to ensure we are not triggered and remain calm. In order to do this, we must, in our interactions with young people, and especially when we're trying to support them, ensure we interact in a way that demonstrates empathy, unconditional positive regard, and genuineness. If we can't get beyond the behaviour to understand where a young person is coming from or to see the underlying causes of the behaviour, we may need to consider why. What do we personally need to feel safe, to be able to accept them without judgment? Because we tend to work on reciprocal relationships, children, parents, or colleagues who can't give back what we offer to them are often those that need these conditions to be in place the most, but they may be the ones we feel less inclined to offer them to. Children who most need to be loved can be the hardest to love, or indeed even like. To be able to consistently give without receiving back, we need to be self-aware and confident in ourselves while being nurtured in other aspects of our life. It's important for us all to remember that the hub isn't school, and nor should it be. And adults should not worry about young people falling behind or try to replicate a normal school day. The aim is simply to support the young people to feel safe, have fun, and return home feeling that they've had a really good day. So we've come to the end of the training, and I'll leave you again with a reminder of the key messages we want to deliver. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation and for the tremendous and invaluable job you're doing in supporting our most vulnerable young people.